So, welcome back to the Dubai Cricket Stadium, the majestic stadium where Windies have batted first and they have set the target of 217 for Pakistan women. We have with us in the comm box Marina Iqbal, who herself has represented Pakistan at the highest level, and she had the first-hand experience of experiencing how it feels in these situations. So we will be utilizing that experience. Welcome, Marina.
Thank you, Kamran. Yes, the confirmation West Indies ending on 216. What a magnificent knock by Dendra Dotton, 96. She took her time, but definitely justified the time she took and then capitalized on the start she got. A very brilliant 58 by Stephanie Taylor also. So a bit of work to do for the Pakistani batters.
Right. So we are about to begin. Considering the pitch and the how the pitch has played, it's not going to be an easy task. So first ball right on the money and nicely, watchfully played by the batter.
It's Naida Khan and Sidra Amin out there for Pakistan, the opening pair. Naida has been around for Pakistan for a while, played 88 ODI matches, average of 31. Has been in a good form since couple of years. Definitely Pakistan needs to make a plan to chase this target down.
First runs on the board for Pakistan. Yes, Marina, and I think they have a very good example to look up to, which was set by Doughton and Stephanie Taylor in the first innings, because they took their time, ample amount of time, to the extent of some people feeling that they have played a bit slow, but in the end, it was their foundation that enabled the lower order to make the most of the final overs, and they reached to a good fighting total on this surface.
Sidra Amin now on strike. She has played 21 matches for Pakistan. Talking about the wicket, it's not easy. The ball is a little bit gripping and coming a little slower onto the bat. And yes, West Indies have given the example of how to bat on this wicket with these conditions. Pakistan would be considering them, and I am sure that the think tanks have made a plan around 50 overs or less how to chase it down.
Shakira Salman has started the proceedings from the Windies side, and both teams they can afford to have a cautious start, and they can play the game for a while and then look for how to play out the rest of the game. So after the end of the first over from Shakira Salman, a good watchful over. It's one without a loss. So Marina, since you had the first-hand experience, as I mentioned earlier, so if you have, how do you feel if you were in this position, and how would you have planned to chase down this target, considering the surface and everything?
I think it's quite a normal one to chase down, but for me the main point for Pakistan is the rotation of strike. They need to be cautious, but they cannot block down, because the Windies, with good bowling and a good fielding, they can take you out anywhere, anytime. So Pakistan needs to have a clear plan as what target they want in their power play, within the power play. And for me, rotation of strike will definitely be a big element in this chase down.
We will talk more about it Shamilia Connell, Shamilia Connell is starting the proceedings. Top edge, but in the vacant area. So in the end, it was safe. Reached to the third man boundary and just one more to the total.
Yeah, Connell is a strong girl. A very tall one also. She comes in, likes to bang in, and has a pace after her ball. So they need to utilize her pace also. But look out for the short ones.
Absolutely correct. A good opening stand is a must for Pakistan here. And as we say, the commentator's curse right at the brink. Sidra Amin, she edged it to the keeper and gladfully collected by the keeper. A regulation catch.
Yeah, not much of a feet movement, you can say. It did rise a bit, but Sidra Amin was stuck on the crease. A good delivery, a swinging one, and an easy catch to Knight. First wicket falls down for Pakistan. Amin goes without scoring.
So coming back to the discussion, that point that we were discussing earlier. So if you had to plan this innings, would you go for over by over strategy that you have to be there after the at the end of this much over, like 10 overs, you have to be this much on the board, or you would you prefer to play the bowlers accordingly? Said this bowler we have to be careful and get say 20-30 runs, but don't give any wickets, something like that. Meanwhile, Javeria Khan joins Nahida on the pitch.
I think I would not like to complicate too much because all simple thing is that you have to play the ball on merit. And with Javeria out there with the Naida, the two experienced openers for Pakistan, and Javeria coming one down. But this pair has a responsibility now on their shoulders. And I think they would have planned to go on around this chase. You can see Javeria Khan, 89 innings and 2,407 runs. Lots of experience there. He has probably played so many innings while chasing and has made Pakistan cross the line.
Chased a wide one there. Just feeling for it. So you think one of these batters, they have to play till the end and play the sheet anchor role for the rest of the team to play around them?
Definitely one of them must take up that role. And again, commenting on how to chase it down, I think it's best to play on merit, but the rotation of strike is also important. That's what this pair needs to do. They should put away the good balls for singles and then utilize the bad ones who are coming on their way to the boundaries.
Just for the benefit of viewers who are joining us right now, so things were not that easy in the first innings as well, and West Indies scored just 29 of the first 15 overs as well of their innings. Another half edge, half glide. So Javeria gets off the mark with not so confident a shot.
Yeah, that's a teasing length and line also. Connell has been bowling to the Pakistani batters, but well guided by Javeria. She knew exactly where the slip fielder was. Javeria Khan right on the top for the Pakistani batting rankings.
Naida being more watchful than Javeria, letting it go to the keeper. And here are the rankings of the World ODI batting rankings, women's ranking, where Javeria Khan with 506 rating ranked the highest Pakistani. So with that wild swipe, it's the end of the over. So it's 5 for 1 after 2. Marina, you know this team better than anyone else. So who should we watch out for, and who do you think which of the players will be key for this run chase for Pakistan?
On the top, the girl on screen, Jaweria Khan, definitely. She is one of the backbone. While Bisma Maroof is out today, Jaweria has led Pakistan to winning stances, and she can do it yet again. But definitely she needs some help from the other side, being that Naida or later in the innings, Umaima, a very young, promising girl. Then if you talk about middle order and late middle order, you've got Alia Nidadar, who has been in exceptional form. Kainat, the inclusion today, she can bat and can hit out. So it's a balanced batting side, but all they need is a good plan.
Very valuable input from someone who has been in the middle and who has experienced sharing the opinion how it goes. So Pakistan not getting the start they would have liked to, losing an early on wicket.
With the new ball, there's always a chance that opposition might get 1 or 2 wickets in the power play. And that's exactly what the openers and one down batters from the other side has to do. They have to see off the new ball, but making sure that they don't block down.
And in the second innings, when we have returned, the wind has picked up a bit. And again, watchfully played. The way this magnificent Dubai stadium has been built, so the air, if there is any wind, it swirls around in the stadium because there is not a lot of a space for the air. The structure is such that might encourage a bit of a swing as well.
Yes, with the new ball and both Salman and Connell they do swing, so it might be helpful for them. And a little bit of pressure on batters to see off that swing. Talking about the stadium, yes, it's a beautiful one. And with 365 lights, that all lights on the canalope is called the Circle of Fire. It's a beautiful venue to play.
Tried to drive the ball, but it took the inside edge and went to the short fine leg. And definitely this is the first ever women's ODI at this venue. So at the end of the over, another over has come to an end. So Pakistan batters, they are trying to lay the foundation, the initial foundation for this very testing chase on this tricky kind of a pitch. So after 3 overs, it's 6 for 1. And Konal shall continue from the far end.
I think there's no need for panic right now for Pakistan because the run rate is way under 4.3. It's around 4.3 to be precise. And I think with the batting lineup they have, they can chase down it in ease, provided that they don't panic and go something unplanned after.
Very well fielded at Gully. So like we were mentioning earlier, for the benefit of the people who have joined us recently, so even in the West Indies innings, they lost an early wicket. They were 12 for 1, and their opener, after facing 18 balls, she got bowled without scoring a run. And after that, the two most experienced batters from Windies, Taylor and Doughton, they took their time, and in the first 20 overs they scored only 40 runs, and still they managed to post this testing target. So this is something which probably Pakistan batters have to keep in mind as well.
The West Indies definitely have a plan against Jaweria. They've bringing the gully fielder because Jaweria likes to cut. And a couple of times she did got out on that area. So work done by the West Indies camp. And this is what cricket brings out.
And they have taken out the fine leg fielder and they have placed it more sweeper cover. So the plan is to bowl her outside the off stump. And then the bowler probably experimented, tried to double bluff her. And Javeria expertly steered it towards the short fine leg and took a single.
Well, for Naida, same field, but yeah, Naida, talking about her, she also have strength towards offside, but can pull also. Likes to go after a short and wide delivery. Probably that's what the West Indies are also thinking, keeping that gully fielder engaged with the bowler.
Another delivery outside, well outside off stump, left alone. And at the end of the fourth over, it's 7 for 1.
In 2015, while we were visiting West Indies, we played series there, and Javeria Khan scored 133 and chased down for Pakistan. So I would like to see one of those innings yet again today. And she has all the abilities in the world, all the shots in her bag to do that and repeat that innings once again today.
So Shakira Salman comes back with another over, and the first ball, it was a risky run, but Javeria Khan completed the run easily in the end, and the throw hit her bat. Nahida Khan hailing from Quetta, and it's not very common to get even men cricketers from Quetta, so it's a big achievement from someone hailing from that region. And as we were having a discussion before the match, very proud of her city and her background.
I was also born in Quetta, and yes, I think that not only the province, the city, but whole Pakistan is very proud of her. The way she's been playing since few years, she's been brilliant. I know her personally. She's a very hard worker, a very determined girl, and that is shown in the way that she has played few innings, even in World Cups and also other series.
And till now, she has been very watchful and looks very determined not to flirt with any deliveries outside off stump and just block down the deliveries coming within the wickets. And she did it one more time. And it looks like, because that is the sort of the pitch and the total, where both teams are ready to play the waiting game, and both of them are looking to take the game deep and not trying to win the game in the initial overs. What do you think?
I think that's how ODI should be played, and that's worked to fine leg. Wanted 2 runs, Naida Khan, but a good call by Javeria. I think ODI allows you to get some time and space at the start of the innings, and that's what Pakistan batters are doing. And very well settled in. They can chase it down easily and then cover the dot balls they're playing right now. But I think that they have some space to do with it. No need to hurry, and probably they have a clear plan.
Another good length delivery. Javeria Khan plays it watchfully, and after 5 overs, it's 9 for 1.
Talking about the West Indies, the 2 bowlers, Connell and Selman, they've been very precise with their line and length, a clear plan with them, and they know that what behavior the pitch is has right now, and probably they have worked on it. So keeping a tight line length with the ball.
Back of length. Quick single, and it could have been trouble for Javeria, but the throw didn't hit the stumps.
Yeah,
I
that
think-
was brilliant fielding by Doughton. One hand pickup. Had it been a direct hit, I think Naida would have been in trouble.
Yes, it was. So it was a kind of a risky run.
It was in the gap, I think, Amran, but with Doughton, you can expect anything. She's like a superwoman for the West Indies, not for West Indies, but also for the whole cricketing nation.
Yeah, and I think she got lucky. She got a good bounce before she collected the ball, so she didn't have to bend too much. That saved a bit of time, and then she were in a position to release very quickly and dropped. So that's a lucky break that Pakistan was hoping for, or must be been looking for. Javeria Khan flirting with the outside deliveries outside off stump yet another time, and a regulation straightforward catch dropped by Knight.
Whoa, what a delivery it was. Right on the target. A good line, good length, swinging just fractionally enough to get that outside edge. All the keeper had to do was catch it cleanly, but lucky for Javeria.
And this time she got more time to and more width to play it at the backward point region and collected one more, as Marina mentioned earlier. She loves to play the cut shot, so that was just in the slot, and she collected a single. And it's good for her to go on the non-striker end and just to recollect her thoughts and get over with that edge.
Did well to keep it down either. Yeah, Javeria is a fighter. She doesn't hang out. On the previous deliveries, you saw that after edging that, she brilliantly middled the 1-2 down to the cover. So she knows the value of her wicket and how important her role is today in chasing down and making sure that Pakistan crosses the chasing line.
So can we safely say that that was the lucky break Pakistan was looking for, hoping for? We will come back to it in a while. After 6 overs, it's 11 for 1. So Marina, do you think that lucky chance in the last over, that was the kind of lucky break Pakistan must have been hoping for, and especially for the ace batter in the lineup? How valuable that can be and how encouraging.
Well, I tell you what, Kamran, I've been around this team for 8 years, and in any innings when Javeria has been put down, she makes sure that she capitalizes on the opportunity she gets, and then she scores big. So yes, definitely, you can say that it can be a positive and a chance for Javeria to score. And by the way, it would be a wake-up call for her.
Yeah, because that didn't come out of nowhere. Because since she came to the wicket, especially Cornell, she was bowling to her with 7-2 field and bowling outside off stump, just trying to swing the ball away from her, and she fell into the trap perfectly there. Sent back, and this could have been a disaster. So Javeria definitely looked a bit unsettled at the crease because here Nahida very rightly sent her back. There was no single there.
Yes, there was a good call by Naida. Javeria just getting a little bit on nerves, I think. She wanted to get off the marker with the single, wants the rotation keep going. But yeah, no run there.
I think she is in that kind of a phase where batters sometimes they go into that kind of a mindset where they just go on block, and the required run rate just keeps on creeping. So while she was walking out to the middle, she must have been told, or she must have been having these thoughts that we should not be go so much defensive that the required run rate become out of reach.
That's a beautifully played on drive for one run. Well, knowing Javeria, she's an attacking player. She can never have that defensive mindset. But yeah, she's been cautious and probably just still hanging in that edge chance she got. But I think that main point she has in mind is that the intention of run scoring. That's the best thing she has about her.
A good shot in the gap for another. And Marina, when you get lucky with such a regulation, you can say opportunity by or none other than no other fielder than the keeper, then sometimes you start getting that feeling that it might be my day, and I can get away with a lot of things which I may not on some other day.
Yeah, I being an opener myself, I think that whenever I got the chance, I played freely because that fear of getting out just gets out of it. So after 7 overs, Pakistan is 12 for 1.
So Javeria Khan, it looks like the script that has been handed over to both these batters. Javeria Khan is supposed to look for runs, and Nahida is very content with leaving the balls not in her reach. Cornell is starting another over, and she's continuing with the 7-2 field, a bit unconventional, which is rare to see these days. And the two fielders she has in the outfield are on the third man and the sweeper cover.
Well, Connell is a genuine outswing bowler with some serious pace behind it. So she has a clear plan for the batters of Pakistan. Brilliant fielding by Doughton. You cannot keep her out of the game. That was a brilliant save.
A good shot and equally good fielding. Nahida Khan, she rode that bounce and played the shot on her toes. And then equally good fielding by Windies. So good cricket all around.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always say that playing in pairs, whether it's two bowlers, two batters, or bowler and fielders, backing their bowlers up.
And a quick single by Nahida. This time no confusion between the batters. They completed the run without any risk. And looks like that's the plan. And it may not come as a surprise if we see Javeria Khan just shuffling a bit more on the offside and trying to play on the onside. Edged again and dropped again. So in 2 overs, Cornell has created 2 opportunities, and Javeria Khan has fallen into the trap twice. And the first time, Knight, and the second time, it was the captain, Stephanie Taylor, who has dropped. So two lucky breaks for the ace batter of Pakistan. Marina.
Falling in and falling out. How lucky you have to be to get dropped twice in a single innings. Credit goes to Connell for creating those opportunities, but I was early talking that the fielders need to back their bowlers up. Stephanie Taylor, again a regulation catch for a slip and put down.
And I think Javeria must make most of these opportunities and should see this chase through for Pakistan. Another good shot, back of length. It goes back. And a good shot, and it must be very demoralizing for for Cornell. She created the opportunities for the best batter in Pakistan lineup. 2 chances, 2 regulation chances in 2 overs, and both got spilled.
Yeah, because I was talking that Javeria is the main key for Pakistan, chasing this target down. And if you can give a batter of this caliber twice the chance, it's really difficult for the opposition and the bowlers to continue and creating those opportunities again and again. And talking about Javeri, I think she needs to clear her mind and think about how she wants to go after this target.
So a good shot in the gap. They will look for two and they will complete it easily. So Shakira Salman continuing from the pavilion end. No change from the pavilion end, but there will be change in the commentary box, and we will be replaced by Uruj Mumtaz Khan, who needs no introduction, and by K. Asif.
Thank you very much, Kamran and Marina. Well, nicely timed, and I've been joined by Uruj. Uruj, how are you doing today?
I'm absolutely wonderful, and thank you for having me here for the first ODI between the Windies women and Pakistan. Well, we've had an interesting first few overs with a few drop chances. The slip cordon being very, very busy back in the, well, behind Javeria's bat at least.
If you talk about two chances, and let's see that it's ninth over, and Pakistan is 17 for 1.
Yep.
The same situation was with the Windies as well.
Yeah, the Windies taking the approach of slow and steady, and we see how wickets in hand help them get a total of 216. The Pakistani girls, as that played again into the wick in square leg, will be an easy single there in the end from Javeria's bat. It'll be interesting to see how we approach this. As I mentioned earlier as well, obviously we're missing Bisma, who's probably the pillar of our batting. Unfortunate injury to her yesterday at the practice session. And we lost Sidra Amin. I thought that was a peach of a delivery ball there by Connell. The lines have been really good by the Windies girls, so we'll have to keep the wickets in hand and keep rotating the strike.
This time, nicely timed. Two sweeper covers for a single. Yes, and earlier I was talking with Kamran in first innings that if Pakistani team they could manage to go for the 45-50 overs. If they could play that, they would get closer to a target. But I'm quite sure that this partnership is too crucial for both of the teams.
Salman and Connell both bowling very tight lines, and obviously getting something from the pitch. The pitch has been a little tricky all day today, as Shakira completes her over, and Pakistan are 19 for 1 at the end of 9.
Well, as our spectators watching live streaming on PCB official, this nice timing on the pads, looking for second, comfortably taken. Well, as Aruja sitting here in Combox, let me ask you, what's the difference? You were the Pakistan captain for 5-6 years, and after 2010, now it's 2019. What's the difference in Pakistani side here?
Well, all in all, the women's game has changed tremendously. I mean, it's completely a different game to back when I was playing. But even the girls, well, nicely timed that straight to extra cover. Again, the approach of the game has changed. The number of girls who want to play women's cricket in Pakistan has now increased, obviously with added live stream and airtime options and big mega events being shown free to watch for everybody, has just shown a massive shift in the interest of the girls back home, and also for these players who've been there, and some of them have been there for quite a while now. It's well, nicely cut away there to the cover field. There will be an easy single. Nicely timed there by Nahida. And again, so the shift in the game has also allowed and pushed some of the girls who've been there for quite a while now to improve and adapt to the changing game, because we've seen you can get easily left behind if you don't adapt to this modifying game. So it's been an interesting journey, a difficult one, obviously, because we do struggle with women's cricket back home, but it's been good.
Well, good running between the wickets, yes. And to be very honest, I'm so happy. I have watched them today. They were fielding so nicely. They've improved a lot in bowling as well. So yes, day by day, improvement is there. Results are there. Even we have watched an interesting T20 match, and you were there.
Oh yeah, the T20 series was what a series. Obviously, the Windies women bringing women's cricket back into our country. As we see Salman screaming easy, easy, and that's what they did exactly there. But obviously, the Windies women bringing women's cricket back into Pakistan after Bangladesh was there in 2015, the women's team. Uh, the opportunity for the girls to play in front of their home crowd. Bisma was the captain on home soil for the first time ever. Pakistan as a team playing their 100th T20 international, and the series could have been 2-1 in our favor as well had that match not gone down to the super over. So brilliant opportunity there for the girls, and the one thing that I found was just the interest developing back home with that, just that one series has done wonders. And so just imagine if we can consistently play our games back home, how wonderful would it be for our sport.
Yes, and 10 overs gone. Pakistan 24 for 1.
Sidra Amin obviously not scoring any. She's been a bit out of form, and both the batters at the moment on 11. Sidra Amin played the first T20 and tried to hit one out of the park and lost her wicket there early, and then was dropped for the remaining two, and has had a no, well, not a very fortunate day today as well.
Well, and yesterday I was talking to Javeria in press conference, and she was saying definitely we will we will miss Pakistani crowd here, and we got some cherished crowd in Karachi. It was interesting to see.
Absolutely. There weren't a lot, but the amount that they were making enough noise for a jam-packed stadium. They were loud and nicely timed there to the deep cover boundary fielder by Nahida. Slowly and steadily taking the board along, and Nasif, that's what we need to do. We need to keep moving rotating the strike, keep moving the scoreboard along, because it is only about 4.25 runs per over to begin with. It was at least. Well, it's down to 2.42 now, and we need to adapt from what the Windies women did. We need to pick up on that and get the odd boundary, but keep rotating the strike.
This is the question mark that they have Dottin, a clean hitter. We're lacking there.
Absolutely. We're lacking a clean hitter. We're lacking a big hitter, somebody who can rely on. And that was very evident in the super over that we had. Dottin hit 18 from 1 over. And so we've got a few girls back home who've got the muscle power to down the leg side for a wide there. Salman continuing her spell from the pavilion end. So we've got a few firepower girls, but again, we don't have a lot of cricket back home for them to develop. And I think that is something that is going to be key if we need to consistently improve our bench strength. So we're working on that at the moment. We have an under-17 regional camp going on right now. And then hopefully very soon we're going to come up with the Pakistan A team, which is, I think, the missing link right now. And a little bit of a mix-up there. No harm done there. Javeria sending Nahida back. In fact, Nahida was the one who stood in her place, as you can see, even right now, just standing there and send Javeria back.
Well, look at the strike rate, both of the batters. I mean, it's also putting them in pressure as well when you're not getting singles, and fielders are feeling well.
And bowling's been really tight also.
Yes, this time cutting nicely. Well, tremendous shot. A couple more added into the total.
Yeah, and I understand what you mean. I think over here, we might still have wickets in hand, but we still can't bring pressure onto ourselves. We've seen Javeria has 13 from 33 right now, while Naida is batting on 12 from 28. So a lot of dot balls being consumed. And I feel that if rather than just playing it back to the bowler, if they can try and nudge it around for a single here and there, sort of eases on, like just there. played straight to the short mid-wicket hand fielder. They could have sort of slightly improvised and try and rotate the strike, because we have an entire there's nobody inside the ring near that fielder.
Yes, if you're getting loose delivery, an over pitch delivery, try to hit over the extra cover or the mid wicket, short mid wicket, you could get boundary. And whenever you hit boundary, you get confidence, you get enthusiasm, and put pressure on the bowler.
Oh, under edge there, straight to the keeper. Salman finishes over. Pakistan at the end of 11 are 28 for 1.
Well, you could see the bowling figures. Shakira bowled 6 overs, 14 runs, and Cornell 5 overs, 14, taken 1 wicket, and Javeria remained lucky, 2 drop chances.
Oh, and pretty regulation. Straight to the keeper and straight to first slip. And Stephanie Taylor, one of the better fielders, was in first slip there. And obviously the knight with the gloves as Cornell stays in the attack. And you'll notice here that the Windies girls are bowling with some pace and some bounce. And all we need to do is use that pace to our advantage and time the ball with the ball coming nicely onto the bat.
Well, earlier on, this is what I was discussing with our colleague Kamran, that we're lacking a genuine fast bowler. Because we have a good, we have very good fast bowlers in our Pakistan male teams, and I think we have a very good department there. But here in females, we definitely require a genuine fast bowler.
We have a genuine fast bowler in the squad, Diana, who was fielding earlier in the innings as well.
Sorry to cut you here, but I'm so happy. She's a very good fielder as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's a live wire. Well, a rare misfield there by Doughton. Well, neither will get a single there, moving her to tally along to 13 now. Diana is absolutely wonderful. And she started her journey. She's been along for a while. She's a double international. She plays football for Pakistan as well. Has finally taken cricket to be her first game of choice now. And in the 2017 50-over World Cup back in England, obviously Pakistan didn't do really well. We lost all our... Oh, another rare... Well, it's not becoming rare anymore there. Doughton misfielding another one, Asif.
Well, that was a quicker one, and she tried well. But, yes, good single for Pakistan.
So in the 2017 World Cup... Pakistan lost 7 out of their 7 round matches, but the one good thing that came off there was Nashra Sandhu's left arm orthodox and Diana's exceptional fielding. She took some brilliant catches. She was quick in the outfield, has a rocket arm, and that's what we need.
A quick single there. Oh my God. Yes, direct hit would have put in danger. Good try.
Like you said, direct hit would have been a different story altogether there for Nahida. But again, we need to take these chances, put the inner circle into under pressure, and you see the best of the fielders Doughton there making a mistake. So you need to put the pressure on. So Diana's one express we have. We have Maham Tariq, who's not in the squad right now, but she's quick. Looks like the batters and Doughton are having a match.
Yes. So another over gone, 12 overs gone now, 31 for 1.
So the Pakistan women moving along steadily at 31 for the loss of 1. Sidra Amin lost her wicket early. Asif, not quite sure how much of women's cricket you follow, but what's the one thing that you enjoy the most watching a women's game?
Well, to be very honest, that's I have started following now from last couple of months.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm enjoying it the most. She was trying to chase that delivery. So the most important thing which I enjoy that is good fielding, to be very honest. And as you were talking about Diana, the way she tried today, the way she was fielding, I was so happy.
Well, you've hit the hammer right on top of the nail there. I think it boils down to exceptional fielding, and I think and it is brilliant to watch. A wonderful effort, a wonderful stop, a good catch in the field. And obviously, we see the bowling and batting being a part and parcel of that, but it's rare to see good fielding standards consistently being maintained, if I may say. So, but you will find now that you follow more and more and watch more and more women's cricket, you will find that some of the better fielders can pull off some stunners.
Well, and credit goes to the management, the coaches, they're working hard. Good delivery and well played. Well, and now if you talk about this partnership, yes, getting better. But now we require 4 or 5 runs in an over. So, so pressure must go down.
Because we don't want to end up with the last 10 chasing 8 and over, or the last 15 chasing 7.5, 8 and over, because that we've just brought an unnecessary pressure on ourselves. So this partnership is, neither try to take full advantage of that wild leg side delivery wide there by Doughton.
She went for sweep. Have you observed?
Well, there you go. Another thing that's not very different from the men's game now. You will find some really brave shots being played, some really innovative shots. And obviously, you've seen that sixes are no more rare in the women's game. We saw Doughton's batting earlier. McLean got a few as well. Henry got a few as well. Nicely piercing the cover fielders there. Beautiful shot straight to the cover boundary for 4. Naida Khan moving a score to 18 now.
Well, tremendous piece of timing and welcome boundary for Pakistan. And Doughton, it was an over-pitch delivery. Got the punishment. Look at that. Wow, it was a full toss even.
Beautiful timing, sweetly timed off the bat as the fielder tried. And then, and this is what it is. The Windies women are offering the pace. It's up to our batters to use it. So the ball is coming on nicely. The pitch looks like it's drying up a little bit. So if you got the feet in the right place, you just have to swing through the line of the ball. We don't have to try really anything fancy at the moment.
Yes, and now I think after first power play, you get a chance now. You got a boundary. Now rotate the strike. Just wait for the loose delivery and that's it.
And that's where it is. We need to... It's a balance of pressure, isn't it? We rather than bring the pressure onto yourself, wait for the loose deliveries and till you don't get them, try and maybe nudge it around for a single. And what you will notice is that the Pakistani girls have all the strokes, but it's about the placement of the strokes through the fielders. So I think that's something that we need to become a little bit better at, to how to utilize the stroke making.
Yes, we need perfect execution actually. So 13 overs gone now, 36-1.
So it looks like there'll be a change in the bowling from the far end as Javeria will take strike. Taylor there making changes to her field. And the bowler there trying to get her field right. Looks like it's going to be...
Well, asking rate is 4.89 now. And they're still far away, 2.77. Would start.
Affy Fletcher it is, the leggy. Had a wonderful tournament, T20, and I feel a leggy in your side is always a plus. Can go for a few, but can always be that wicket-taking option if they get it right. And I also like the approach here from the Windies. They've got the slip on. They've still got the slip on, which is adding pressure.
Yes, Good delivery and well fielded. There's a fumble and good running between the wickets. So good cricket all round.
Absolutely, and a pleasant sight to see. Wonderful effort all around. The batters are aware of the misfield and getting a single there. We don't have a leg in the squad for the girls in green. There is no leg in the squad right now. So the first leg spinner to bowl in the entire series.
Yes, I mean, she's come in with a flight. And yes, good idea. Taking slip. And there is an extra cover as well. Or rather, sweeper covers. It was a loose delivery. She must have gone with proper cut shot.
Yeah, also I feel she's coming on to bowl her first over. They've got pressure on the Pakistani girls. But in spite of that, Asif, they've got deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, and deep cover on the boundary. I would like to see maybe long on come in and asking the girls to try and hit against a spin over long on as Javeria is down. Looks like she's done something. As we watch, well, you can see that live on your screen right now. Not quite sure what happened. She had a leg stretched out there, hitting it straight to extra cover, no single. But she looks like she's in some trouble there.
Yeah, she's in pain and, well, physio is there, helping her, stretching her.
Maybe if you can see the replay, we'll see how that all went down. She definitely went down there. As the Pakistani women are at 38 for 1 at the end of, well, during the 14th over.
Might be she is suffering with the cramps.
We can't really afford to lose another batter here now. We're not quite sure of Bisma's progress. We're not sure if she's going to play the next match, as the Pakistani women require 179 in 217 deliveries.
Look, it's getting closer and closer now. And when you're chasing 6 in an over, won't be easy.
Javeria's used up quite a few deliveries there. If you look, she's not out on 15 from 41 deliveries, and neither is, well, with that welcome boundary there, she's 19 from 38, which is, well, there we see the replay, flighted up delivery, stretched out, and, well, she done something to her back leg, not quite sure. Looks like her hamstring.
Yeah, but good news, I think she's fine now. And
Asif, well, one thing, looking at that view, completely empty ground.
yes, and that was we are missing here. And Javeria was telling yesterday that definitely she would miss that.
We didn't obviously have a jam-packed stadium back at home, but we had quite a few, making noises of quite 1,000 people, and it was loud and it was festive. It was entertaining. The T20 series in itself was entertaining. We saw some quality cricket, but it's a little sad to see that the women's game is still not a crowd puller.
Yes, but unfortunately, it's now home ground. It's a home series, and unfortunately we are playing here. I mean, the Pakistan is playing here. So yes, it's bad luck, but I'm quite sure and I'm quite hopeful that very soon, as international cricket is coming back with the efforts of PCB, with the government of Pakistan, yes, I'm quite sure sooner. And of course, the later on, you would watch PSL's message as well.
Yeah, it's been wonderful with the new chairman of the board, Mr. Ehsan Mani, is making obviously things turn around, making the whole thing going in a good direction, with a special emphasis on women's cricket as well. And again, we're seeing the number of matches of the PSLs. We've come down to 8 in Pakistan this year. There will be 8 matches, 5 in Karachi and 3 in Lahore, which will be absolutely wonderful. And I think slowly but surely, all of our cricket will come back to our country. And even Marissa Aguilera, the stand-in captain for the T20 series, has been rested today. I would like to thank her again, because I thought that she and the Windies cricket board left no stone unturned in talking about the wonderful country, Pakistan, that we live in, and how safe it was, and they had a wonderful trip. And at the end, she even said, "I promise you, this is not the first time that we're here. We will keep coming back."
Yes, and the West Indian side, when they were hanging around in Karachi, it was lovely to watch them. Even they got, greetings from the people, the Pakistani, they're always warm welcoming, and definitely they've enjoyed that.
Looks like Javiria is back on her feet now. The Windies girls are having a bit of a they're having fun out there. They always do. The Windies boys, the Windies girls, they're always in it. And no matter what the situation of the match, they're always having a good time.
How could we forget the dance party of DJ Bravo, Chris Gale? And yes, they are following them. And I mean, it's a good thing that you're enjoying your game. Either you're losing or winning. It's all about fun. It's all about cherished faces. You're giving them to the crowd. You're giving to the spectators. That's very nice.
Absolutely, and I think 2016 was the year for the Windies. They won the under-7, they won the under-19 World Cup. They won the Women's World Cup, and they won the Men's World Cup. And what a year it was for them, and especially for the ladies. They've been semi-finalists for 4 times.
Yeah.
And even in the recently concluded 2018, they were semi-finalists. So they've really moved cricket along.
Good news, Javeria Khan is there. Fine, perfectly okay. Another flighted delivery.
Oh, Javeria Khan, life number 3, and yet again a simple chance goes down, hit straight back to Afi Fletcher, the bowler. Tries to catch it reverse as we see the replay there. It's simple and straightforward, Asif. What's going on?
She's lucky, to be very honest, that she got 3rd life, yeah. And now look, it's a chance that if she could go for the challenge and accept this challenge and accept these chances, these lives, and go for the finish, and fantastic finish for the Pakistan.
She has to. I don't think there's a choice there. It is 14 overs. We are 31 for 1, requiring 179 and 216 balls now, and Javeria is not out on 15 from 42 as Doughton will continue from the pavilion, and I really don't think there's a choice anymore. This partnership will have to go on and will have to kick up a little bit.
True. Good delivery, good quick singer. Yes. Well, yeah, there's a fielder in sweeper covers, and if you could see one fielder at the third man boundary, one fielder at the fine leg boundary, there's a chance if Javeria now could go for the over extra cover or mid wicket. Let's see.
Well, hitting it and timing it very nicely, but straight to mid-off in the circle. Javeria, well, she's just adding pressure here on herself. She is a world-class player. She has all the shots in the book. But again, rotation of the strike will be key here because the boundaries are really not coming.
Down the leg side, asking for the LBW. But a leg by signal from umpire Asif Yaqub.
It'll be an interesting replay to see there. Looked pretty close first up, but I guess she moved across her stumps a little bit, trying to flick it down to leg, maybe going down the leg side. And like we mentioned, the Windies are always enthusiastic about everything. So
I like their shouts. Look at that.
back live now.
I think it is with the. Let's see the signal of them. Yes, once again.
Crucial time in the game now with 14.4, Pakistan 41 for 1. The Windies slowly creeping pressure onto us as we see Javeria batting slightly out of her crease. An open wide stance there. Doughton. On. Nicely timed, straight to the mid-off fielder. No single there. Neither on 20 from 14. Javeria 15 not out as she will take strike.
Nice timing, but I'm telling you that if you could try to play over the mid wicket, it was an over pitch delivery. Now get the chance. You well settled there. So another over gone. 15 gone now. 41 for 1.
Afi Fletcher will continue. Had a very interesting first over with Javeria pulling her hamstring back up and then hitting it straight back to her. And Afi Fletcher spilling an easy one. That's 3 catches put down by the Windies girls just of Javeria.
Yes, so far she's so lucky. Another good delivery, very good delivery. It was a flighted one, and with this change in combox, and Nabil Hashmi and Charvi, Nabil and Asmavia.
Very good. I like this combination.
Thank you, Asif. Pakistan have so far scored 41 for 1. The pressure is building on Pakistan, especially Javeria being the standing captain and the senior batter in absence of Bisma Maroof. I've been joined by Asmavi Akbar, former international player and now selector, and Charvi Bhatt.
Thank you, Nabil. 43 for 1. 15.3 overs have gone by. And the chase is on here at the Dubai International Stadium. That should have been a 2. Steady this partnership has come along. It's going to be interesting to see what the Windies have in store for Pakistan women. Singles will do the job. Another 173 runs required and 206 balls for Pakistan to win this first ODI.
For Pakistan to get anywhere near the score, this partnership would be pretty much crucial because neither BB can hit big while Javeria has this capability of building up big innings. Asmavia, what do you think? What do you make of the Pakistan start? They are 46 for 1 after 16 overs.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. Obviously, Pakistan bowled really well in the first inning. Now, I think they need a very good partnership here. As you know, Nahida and Javeria both are very important for the team. So I think they need to stay on the wicket and score single and doubles.
Well, Charvi, is there anything that Doughton can't do? She played really well. She's now bowling quick. She's an exceptional fielder too.
Well, there's nothing that that girl can't do. She's an all-round player, and that's the perfect example of an all-rounder. Deandra Doughton, brilliant innings from her in the first of the game. And as predicted, the pitch has got a little bit of bounce there for the seamers. And some turn as well that we saw when the spinners came in for a short while.
Good to see this young girl on our screen. Obviously, the T20 leg of this series was staged in Pakistan. Short delivery, neither tried to pull it, but a top edge into a helmet. Hope she's okay.
Just taken a helmet off, it seems to be all right. There was a bit of a blow there, probably the grill hitting the the edge of the nose, perhaps.
We hope there's nothing serious about this. It was a quick delivery, a short delivery. Neither tried to pull it, only to be hit by this delivery. So there's been a couple of delays already here. Few overs back, Javeria got a cram right now. Neither has been hit. We'll speak to Asmavia. Asmavia, uh, what do you think that the T20 leg of this series was a big hit back in Pakistan? How important was that to her?
Firstly, I would like to thank West Indies Cricket Board and West Indies Women Cricket Team for sending their team over to Pakistan. We had a very good series over Pakistan. Obviously, as you know that in the first match, I think our girls were a little bit on pressure, and after that match, they bounced really well, and they won the match on the super over, and that match was in our hand, but we gave away. But in the last match, our team really fought very well, and the way the team played, I'm really, really happy with my team, with the performance of my team, and I'm very hopeful that today we will win the match.
Definitely, they are on par with that. 171 required, 201 balls to be bowled, and well, help has been called by the physio. I think she's hurt, probably a little bit of nosebleed, I reckon.
She's a very powerful girl, Nahida. As you know, she's from Quetta, and hopefully she will get better.
I think
it's very important.
Maybe I think the standing skipper Javeria asked for another batter to come, and we can see the stretcher is now being called on into the ground by the umpires. So we just hope that Naida is okay and there is nothing serious about it. Here's the scorecard. So far, Naida is unbeaten on 23, while Javeria Khan is batting on 17, while Sidra Amin failed to open her account. These are worrying signs, worrying pictures, Charvi.
Nabil just getting a couple of things checked just to make sure that she's okay. It was a hard blow, the short ball coming in, rising very quickly off the turf. The medical team has come on ground. Well, the Windies will take an opportunity to get a bit of a break there. And not a bad weather to play some cricket here, especially the one day.
Yes, here weather is very good, and I'm very excited that we are playing here. As you know that it's our first women international match here, and we are playing against world champion team. So hopefully the best team will win the match. As you know that Umema is coming up, and she's our youngster player. She did well against Australia series. And she declared player of the series in that tournament. So I think she need to stay on the wicket with Javeria.
Yes, sir, they are taking Nahida off. She will get a little bit of treatment in the medical room, and let's hope that she's all right to come back on very soon to continue to complete the job that she will be leaving halfway.
Hope she's okay.
There were two blows. The earlier delivery as well, hitting her just in the top of the arm, above the elbow. And now the next one, it's gone straight to the helmet on the head. And yes, she is, from what we can see, she's got that bit of a blow, we said, from the top of the grill of the helmet on the nose. And she will be taken off the field temporarily. Let's hope that she gets better.
Nahida probably feeling a bit dizzy after that blow. Now the responsibility is even more bigger on Javeria Khan. And as Smavia was mentioning that Maima Sohail is a budding cricketer. She recently made her debut against Australia and did pretty well in that series. So it would be a good test for her as well. Let's see how she copes against Doughton and company. Here is Nahida Khan taken off the field after receiving a blow to her head.
And yes, the finger will go up. That's hit her straight on the pad. The very first delivery for the youngster. And this is disappointing scenes here for Pakistan. Something that they didn't expect. A lot of hopes were there for the youngster.
She was playing her first match against West Indies. As you know, as for a youngster, it's not easy to come and play against a world champion team. I know she got potential, and she will come back strongly in the next match, and she will definitely learn from this mistake. So hopefully next better Nida is coming, and she got experience. So here we need a good partnership here.
Partnership will be required to build on. Less than run a ball is what Pakistan need from here on to the set target that West Indies have put up for them to win this first one-day international and played at the Dubai International Stadium, the very first one for a women's game.
So Nida is here, and Nida played very well in the T20s in Karachi, and she was the player of the series from Pakistan, and she was the player of the match in the last game. So she knows how to play these bowler and how to build a good partnership here.
The Windies suddenly gotten a grip back onto the game. That'll go down like that'll be the white call from the umpire. .47 for 2, 17th over running. Current run rate is around 2.82 runs an over. Short ball. Yet again that short ball, and Javeria Khan is suffering from the cramp again, and we have been seeing this in the previous over as well. She is struggling a little bit with that right leg.
These may be funny scenes for the West Indies side. They are laughing it off, but Javeria seems to be in some pain. This is the second time she has got this cramp. So now Nahida is already off the field. Would Javeria continue? Because Pakistan cannot afford to have two new batters together on the crease.
She requires that little bit of a release therapy. That's what it's called. Just to get ease off the cramp on the leg. Because she, like you can see that she's not able to move her leg very quickly. It's definitely that muscle soreness. Windies wouldn't mind it. They'll take a drinks break.
And just to tell of our viewers that it was Deandra Totten show with the bat. She was just short of 3 runs of the 3-figure mark, the elusive century, while Stephanie Taylor scored 58. They had a brilliant partnership of 143. And what was really good about it that they knew how to go about it and how to build a proper partnership. Initially, to start off, they were just taking singles, and then once they got the momentum, they started to score quickly too. So that was a brilliant partnership and a good learning lesson for those watching the game.
Yes, definitely it was. The way they constructed the innings was something to look forward on to. It was one ball at a time. They stuck to the basics. They kept their heads down. Some brilliant knocks. They put the loose ball away right away. The good balls they respected. And they did exactly what they were asked to do. Good partnership that was. 143 they put together on the board.
It's not easy to bowl to such batters, especially when they are playing together. Smavi, I would like to ask you how difficult it is to bowl against the likes of Doughton, Alicia Perry, McLennan, all these beautiful batters and big hitters of the ball.
Yeah, they are a world-class player, and it's very difficult to bowl them because usually these players play both of the wicket and they know how to play square of the wicket, and you can't make one plan against them. You have to be 2 or 3 plans to bowl, how to bowl her out. And as you know, that Doughton is a key player for the West Indies. She played really well today, 97 runs, and she hit 2 long sixes. She got power, and we are lacking this power in our team. She is physically very strong. We girls are trying our level best to build some strength in their muscles. But
Just to add to that question, Asmavia, that you were just referring to, that Pakistan struggling to find power hitters. This was a role that was once defined for you as well, towards the end of the innings to come in and hit big sixes. Do you think with likes of Kainat, Imtiaz, Alia, Riyaz coming in, that all-rounder problem that Pakistan used to have is about to be taken care of?
yeah, in the last matches, we saw that Nida, Alia, they both hit some sixes. The Karachi. Yeah, you need some hitter in your team because women's cricket in all over the world is progressing. Uh, they are hitting long sixes, and obviously when I was used to play, I especially practice for to hit sixes, and for if you want to hit a six, you must work on your technique, your base, your position. And so I'm seeing all over the world, girls are hitting very very long sixes because they are working on their technique. So so I want to say all the youngsters, if you want to hit a six, you should work on your technique, please.
Just to give a bit of an update to our viewers, Shaveria Khan has been escorted out of the field because of the cramp that she's struggling with. She will be also getting a little bit of treatment. So 2 brand new batsmen on the crease for Pakistan, and these are worried situation. The bouncer again by Doughton to end the over. 17 gone. It's 47 for 3.
शोल्डर तगड़ा है ना उसकी लगे now 2 star batters who starred in the final T20 of this T20 series, Alia Riaz and Nida Dar batting together. 2 Pakistani batters have been taken off the field, Nahida Khan and Javeria. Quite a unique situation, Charvi, to have 2 players out of the field.
Yeah, sometimes, the injuries take a toll on you, and these are situations where, this is a team game after all. You have to step up and get on with it. And that's exactly what Alia Riaz and Nidadar have, a job on hand, flight and delivery put away. And this is what they will do. And Smavia was talking about the girls getting fitter, stronger, working on their technique. Back in the day, we had a discussion with Abid earlier in the first innings where we mentioned that thanks to all the cricketing boards across the world investing into the teams, getting them the best fitness trainers, the strength coaches to come and help the teams to to work on their strength, to get stronger, to get fitter. And I think we should also thank some of the men cricketers who've made these fitness trainers famous and who've actually emphasized on the point how important the fitness of players is essential to play longer formats. And we see it in women's cricket. Before it was not about power game, but now you see the fours and sixes come in plenty across the world, across all the teams that have a women team.
Yeah, the game has evolved quite quickly and it has more of a now fitness game. Beautiful late cut from Alia Reyes. If you had seen, Doughton had moved towards her right while Alia adjusted the shot and played a late cut there. As you were talking about the fitness, I think the fitness levels have gone a notch above what they used to be in the 90s and early 2000s. And now the women cricketers are also putting in a lot of hard work to improve their fitness, their strength. And with these leagues coming up in the women's circuit as well, I think that's helping a lot because you got to share dressing rooms with different stars, different players, so different cultures get mixed, and that is what you can learn. And hopefully, Asmavia, from Pakistan's point of view, we will see a Pakistani player in those leagues as well.
Yeah, definitely. Pakistani players should go there and play some matches. When you play like these leagues, and when you share dressing room with star player, you definitely learn their work ethics, how they play and what their mental approach. So all of the girls, top players like West Indies, England, New Zealand, they are playing leagues. So that's why their cricket is going up. And unfortunately, Pakistan team is not growing like other team. It's because they are not playing these leagues. So I think definitely our girls should get this opportunity and go there and play with these girls to learn how cricket is going up.
Short ball that's gone up and will fall short of the keeper. Lucky there, Alia Riaz. That is a lucky shot ball. I think she was in a double mind whether she should let the ball go over her head or she should hit it towards square leg region. Just gets the edge of the bat.
Yeah, it was a very quick ball and straight away came to her body. That's why she tries to stop with her bat. As you see that if we talk about Doughton, how fit she is. She scored 97 runs and the way she is fielding is superb, and now she is bowling as a fast bowler. It's not easy to come out, score with bat and the fielding, and now she is bowling with a quick bouncer. So I think girls must learn from Doughton that fitness is very important in cricket.
It's one of the key aspects of the game now. And some of the world-class players are the best examples of that. Doughton is one of them. Elise Perry from Australia. We've got some of the England players as well. Sarah Taylor, the keeper for the English side. We have Susie Bates, Sophie Devine from New Zealand. It's well played. Get a couple of runs.
Our girls are working very hard on our fitness. We appointed Jamal from England, and I have seen that their fitness level has gone up. And we have Andre from Australia for a batting coach. So all the staff, all the staff are working hard on our girls. Definitely we need some more matches in Pakistan and with big nations that we can learn and we can play. The more matches you play, the more you learn. So PCB is working very hard on women's cricket. I'm very happy with the PCB. They are going in the right direction. As you know that we have 5 zonal academy in Pakistan, and we have a camp of under 17 girls in all the regions. So we are working in the right directions. Definitely it will take some time, but things will get better and better.
Surely so. It will get better investing in youngsters. Yet another try there to hit that bouncer on the spot. That'll be the end of the over as well. 19 gone. It's 51 for 2.
That was a pretty tricky delivery, banged in short, but didn't get up as much as Nida expected. It has been a difficult pitch to bat on, a double pace pitch. Obviously, the pitch being relayed here. It will take some time to settle in. It would be a big challenge for Nida Dar and Alia Riaz, because both like to get on with the game. So they would have to bat it out here against their nature. Pakistan cannot afford to lose wickets here until we can get Javeria and Naida back on their feet.
It's probably so. 166 required now. 186 balls to be delivered. And it's a big shout. A huge shout, and the finger goes up. Probably a bit of an inside edge. That's the bit of a doubt there. But the umpire takes a little bit of his time. And that's the third to fall for Pakistan. And these are not happy scenes.
Chavi, quite surprising, because we definitely heard two noises there. And even Alia looked disappointed because she felt it was a big inside edge.
Let's probably look at the replay here again. And probably there might be that little bit of an inside edge there from the edge of the bat. It's actually hit the front of her pad and the front leg, and then it's gone on to skid on and hit the back of her leg. So right in front of the stumps, and I think that's a good decision from the umpire.
Yeah, that was a very close call. And it's not a good sign that Alia Riaz is going out. And but Kainat is coming in. She's a very good player. She can bat. And her partnership is very important with Nida. Both can change the game anytime. So I think they both should stay on the wicket, read the condition, and play according to the ball.
They'll have to spend some time out there in the middle. They will be required to stay out there, build that partnership, construct the innings through. You can't afford to leave any more loopholes there. You can't afford to lose any more wickets. Pakistan will have to get the grip back onto the game. With the Windies, they're having a good time out there in the sun.
Yeah, they are enjoying and they are bowling well. And especially they are doing very good fielding. If you want to beat West Indies, you should score some runs, take some risk, and play like they are playing Kainat and Nida. They must build a partnership, because Nahida is not here and Javeria she is also not here. So all the pressure and the responsibility on Kainat and Nida.
This time certainly it was an inside edge, and Kainat survived there, but really good bowling here from Effie Fletcher. Pakistan are now going through a tough phase. Let's see whether Kainat and Nidada would be able to cope with it or not. A flighted delivery this time, a more confident shot. And with that, it's the end of the 20th over. Pakistan 51 for 3. And there's a player down. Do we have another cramp here? Yeah. And just like Chavi was mentioning some names before, likes of Elise Perry, Sophie Devine, their power game is on a different level. Deandra Doughton, Smriti Mandhana, Harmanpreet Kaur. So I think Pakistan, Asmavi would agree, they need to find such hitters. We do have Nida Dar, Alia Riaz who can hit big. There was this girl Fazila Akhlaq. she can hit big. So, do you think that big power hitters would come in sooner rather than later?
Yeah, we are planning for a talent hub program in especially northern areas from where we can find some strong players. And as you know that in Punjab or Sindh, you can't find such powerful girls. We are planning for a A-team tour, and we have some in A-team, some strong player from the northern areas. But they need to work on their fitness. They are very young. The fitness is very important, and definitely we will find some strong players who can hit some long sixes, because women's cricket is progressing, and you can't play and stay in the cricket with single or doubles. You have to hit some long boundaries, fours and sixes.
Wide the call from the umpire. Well left, Nidadar. And probably we will have to do a little bit of that. Women's cricket across the world is coming up. We see some of the associate nations coming in, the Far East nations as well. The Asia qualifiers, the ICC Asia qualifiers for the World Cup. They start 17th Feb onwards. Some of the associate nations will be playing in that league to fight it out. The winner from there will go to the World Cup qualifier later this year. And it's the T20 World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, ICC is working very hard on women's cricket, and all the matches are being televised on TV. It's a very good sign that people can see our star player on television. Yeah, we need some more support from ICC and our boards, that they must support our girls in all the department. They are providing some good stuff, but we need some more facilities from the board.
That was a good delivery. Didn't get that bounce. There was a perfect example of a short delivery that skid through the turf. It was well left again. Kainat Imtiaz. Took her by a little bit of surprise. She didn't expect it. She thought it would rise, but it didn't. Oh, that's an unfortunate wicket there. Kainat Imtiaz hurrying it up a little bit in her shot making. It was a good delivery from Doughton. Just getting in a little bit. It's just the late in swing there for the right-hander. And that's the fourth blow here for Pakistan women.
Yeah, Pakistan is now not in a good position. They are losing their wicket. Someone should stay on the wicket and choose for the loose delivery.
I think credit must be given to the Stephanie Taylor, the Windies captain. The sort of planning she has done with the field placement and the execution by her bowlers. I think they are complementing each other, Chavi, here, because a captain or a skipper can only set a plan, but the execution remains an important part. So the bowlers and fielders are backing.
And that's right. She sets an example. She leads from the front. Stephanie Taylor comes with a lot of experience. And talking about experience, yet another experienced player walking in for Pakistan. Sana Mir comes with a lot of experience on her hand. She knows how to turn. She's one player from Pakistan who can turn the things around, turn the tables around for her side. And I think, Smami, you'd agree to that.
Yeah, she got experience, and she knows very well how to build a partnership and how to score runs from this position. I think she should play 50 overs, and if she play 50 overs, definitely we can change the game. As you see, Doughton took 2 wickets. As I told earlier how fit she is, scored 97 runs and took very crucial wickets for West Indies.
always important for players to contribute in every way possible. All-rounders are expected to contribute in the exact same way that Doughton has. The 97 off the Willow, and followed by a fantastic spell, 4.4 overs, 12 runs and 2 wickets. What more could your captain ask for? Good shot delivery yet again. Trying to hit the turf hard. That'll be the end of the over as well. So 21 gone. It's 54 for 4, and there's going to be a change in the com box. Let's welcome Kamran and Sabah.
Thank you, Javi.
And thank you, Asmavia, as well. It's always good to have experienced players in the com box. So what do you make of the match, Sabah, till now?
I think it's been a little unfortunate, Kamran, with the players departing. I think the team feels that. It's always trifling like that when you see your experienced players, the top order, depart in a really painful way like that. They're struggling right now, but you can see that these two players are experienced. They have definitely a lot of experience on their hands, and they bring that to the team. This is what we need at the moment.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, another close call for the run out. Had that hit the stumps, that could have been a very close call for Sanamir, who has just arrived at the crease.
And we definitely don't want to see her go. But that could be a change.
So another one gone, playing on the back foot. So it's Kainat Imtiaz who has to go. The umpire signals, gestures her to go back to the pavilion, and paying the price for playing back on this surface, because like we saw in the first innings, it's a bit of a low bounce pitch, a bounce pitch, where at times ball is keeping a bit low and it's not easy to time the ball.
Kainat Imtiaz is gone. She was excellent with her fielding today. We witnessed some really good moments. She was good with the ball as well.
Yeah, and I think, like we were saying a while earlier about the Pakistan innings, it never got going. Javeria Khan, she came too early, much earlier than to her liking, and then she kept on flirting with the balls outside the off stump. That was the trap set by the Stephanie Taylor, and she kept falling for it. 3 chances and a couple of close run out, and then she had to get retired hurt. And Nahida Khan, she took a very unfortunate blow as well. And then it's just been players, it looks like they are just following the rituals of coming and going back to the dressing room.
We are definitely praying for this speedy recovery for sure.
Yes, definitely, because Javeria Khan is the most experienced and the highest rated Pakistani batter in this lineup. And Bisma, she was rested in this match on precautionary basis. Nothing serious with her. But Nahida Khan, I hope she is well, because she got a hit as well.
Effie Fletcher to Sanamir.
Sidra Nawaz is the new batsman in. The very chirpy, very energetic, very lively character in the field. And now
You could really sense that energy from her. When she's around, you know there's moments of some cheeriness, and she's happy, she's bringing that energy to everybody else. It's quite nice to see that.
Appeal, but I think it was just hit the flap of the pad, and the ball was clearly going down the leg side, so there was no risk of either LBW or the caught behind.
Sign of relief from there.
Yeah, and it's always good to have a character, a chirpy character like Sidra in your side. Good ball, very good ball.
Pakistani players being really careful at the moment, trying not to lose any more wickets.
I think that's a good opportunity because the match, considering the pitch, the condition of the Pakistan batting, because effectively Pakistan is 7 down now, with 57 on the board and good 28 overs are still to go. So the basic purpose of this series of hosting, especially in UAE and with the team like Windies, it's to give the experience to the Pakistan women. So they should make best use of it, and they should play the maximum overs. Okay, winning and losing is part of the game, but they should not let go this opportunity of having this experience. And as you say, the commentator's curse.
She's gone. Another one's gone. Another one bites the dust is what I remember right now.
And it's the experienced Sana Mir who has to walk back. It's the slowness of the pitch that has caught Pakistan batting, I think, because she was expecting it to reach to her much quicker than that, but it just got stuck in the pitch, and she pulled straight to the short mid-wicket.
What a loss right now that must feel to the team. Sana Miru is an extremely talented player. The only T20 Asian cricketer to have made it to 100 matches. She has that under her cap now. What a feat for a woman. And talking about women, Kamran, it is so refreshing to see women do so well, and it's beautiful. If you look at how everybody plays and look at the injuries that they have to sometimes go through, it's equally tough.
Yeah, and I think I made a bigger mistake than the Pakistan batters right now, because Sana Mir is still there. It's Sidra who got out. So sometimes being over energetic makes you pay for it as well. It did to Sidra, and so it did to us as well.
Pardon that.
Meanwhile, Javeria Khan has returned. So, which is in a long term, for the sake of this series, it's a good sign that Javeria has recovered from her cramps and she has come back. And
she's looking good. Yeah. She seems to be in her energy. She seems to be keeping that vibe. She looks confident. She has definitely recovered. Dotton to Javeria. And that's a dot.
A dot by Dotton. And what a player Dotton has been for Windies, bowling her 6th over.
If I would say Kamran, I'd call her the dangerous Dotton.
For sure, because she first scored 96, very, very nicely paced and very well collected 96 runs that had a lot of dot balls plus the boundaries when it was really needed. And then in the field as well, she gave really scared to the Pakistani batters a couple of times, and if the throws from her would have hit the stumps, she might have got a couple of run-out wickets as well. So real value add for the Windies unit, and I think for today, she is definitely going to be the player of the match.
She's a star performer everywhere. You can see her while fielding. She's no less of a danger when she's fielding as well, although she did miss a few fields today. Just a couple of times, not more. But the way she plays with the ball and the bat, it is a sight. The Windies are extremely proud of her. And what a stellar combination she puts up whenever she is in charge with any of the players. Dotton to Javeria. And just a single. 57 for 6. A lot of wickets down for Pakistan, and they surely don't want to lose any more. With Javeria back, it's some relief.
Yeah, and it's effectively 7 down for 57 at the end of the 23rd over. And Sabah, I hope for the sake of the event because it is a big event for all the Pakistan batters. So I hope Javeria is not risking her fitness here, and she hasn't come back prematurely to complete the innings.
The Pakistani team require 160 runs or 163 balls. If they stick with singles at this point per over, just a few singles, the way West Indies was playing, the women's team did a brilliant job by sticking just to singles, not a lot of risky shots.
That was particularly very risky shot for Javeria because she really stretched out and tested her hamstring and groin muscles and swept the ball very fine. So it must have stretched her muscles, the tired muscles, very much.
If you talk about Javeria's risks, you would say that she's been extremely lucky today so far.
For sure. The what we call in cricket the dollies, the regulation catches first by the keeper with the fielding with the gloves obviously, and then the captain Stephanie Taylor herself.
That's a big appeal. But the umpire says no.
Apparently it was sliding down or pitched down the leg side. It was a loud appeal, and we can expect Windies to be appealing loudly for every opportunity now because they are sensing a kill here.
They're not going to miss any chance. Sanamir facing Effie Fletcher. Another dot ball.
I think after the first 20 overs of this innings, or probably even earlier than that, the pitch has just died down, and the ball is hardly bouncing, and it's keeping very low.
Very difficult for them to score some boundaries as well.
Exactly, and this is not the kind of pitch where you expect or where even taking singles is easy because there is not enough pace in the pitch. So you have to put your pace into it, and when you do it, try to put more pace into the shot. Then sometimes the ball gets stuck in the wicket, and you lob the ball to fielders, which happened with a couple of batters here. So another over ends. The 24th over bowled by Effie Fletcher, and it's 59 for 6.
If you look at the summary for West Indies versus Pakistan today, Shakira has done 6 overs so far with no wickets. Shamilia Cornell with 1 wicket in 6 overs. No maidens there. Dotton down 6 overs with 3 wickets. The star so far, and Effie Fletcher. That's 6 overs down, 1 maiden and 2 wickets. I think if you look at this chart, Fletcher seems to be having a really great day. She's no less of a star.
Yeah, true. And another quick single taken by the batters. Javeria has been taking those quick singles as well, which brings Sanamir back on the strike. And we have to keep in mind that the score now, Pakistan score is now 59 for 6. At one stage, it was only 46 for the loss of 1 wicket. So it has everything has gone just south for Pakistan since then. Since Nahida took that dreadful hit on her helmet.
Required 158 runs and 156 balls. And like we said before, just singles right now would do the trick for the Pakistani team. They're playing safe. They're not taking a lot of shots. They know that at this point, they need to be careful. If anything can see them through this match, win this one as well, it is going to be playing safe. The strategy is actually not so difficult, but always easier said than done. Kamran, we can just sit here and say, this can be the strategy, the game plan, but it's difficult for players out there.
Yeah, true. And the biggest challenge on this kind of surface is that it's not easy for the batters to come and just start playing their shots or making runs. It happened even to the best of the batters of Windies as well. Doughton and Stephanie Taylor, they really took their time. And in the Windies innings, they were 40 after 20 overs in their innings, so it wasn't like it was easier. But since the two experienced batter of Windies, they assessed the pitch pretty well, and they decided to spend some time on it. They applied themselves, and where it was required, they picked their bowlers, they picked their spot, went for a few boundaries, and then played the normal safe game. And eventually that paid off. From Pakistan perspective, both Nahida Khan and Javeria, at that time when Nahida got a hit and Javeria had to walk off, both had played 47 and 48 deliveries by that time. So they had at that time really played themselves in, but they had to walk off, which was very unfortunate, and that took the pace of Pakistan innings.
And with that partnership, you could tell that if this pair sticks around, the way we saw Taylor and Doughton stick around, build a strong partnership, I think they would have seen the game through. I don't think we would have seen a lot of, even with the few catches that were missed, that could have been a really lucky day for Javeria so far. And they would have done a great job had they stuck around for a longer partnership. It was very unfortunate what happened, and we're praying for this speedy recovery. But Javeria's back into the game, and she seems to be in action. She's playing on 20 off 56 balls.
With that, Pakistan innings come to the halfway point, and in terms of the runs required to win this match, Pakistan innings, it's not even at the 1/3 mark. It's because they require 217 runs to win this match, and which looks a long way away from their reach at the moment. A risky shot, tried to reverse sweep it, and the ball took the upper edge of Sanamir's bat, and it just lobbed over the slip fielder.
For a moment, I thought that could have been a boundary, but no, not today. Sanamir, you would say, is being really careful at this point. She's played 13 deliveries so far, and she's only managed to score 3. You would say she's being a bit too careful, because now we need some singles for the team, for the Greens to see this through.
And one of the reasons is that the Windies captain, she spent quite a bit of time on this pitch while she was batting, so she has read this pitch pretty well. A cheeky run again by Javeria. She glided it towards the short fine leg and just ambled through for another single. So Stephanie Taylor has a good understanding of this pitch, the pace in it, and what kind of problems the batters might have been facing. So she has been very, very accurate with the field placement as well.
I think it's always lucky if the team that wins the toss and they elect to bat, they read the pitch so well, just like you said. It's always easier for them to come back in the second innings and decide the game according to how they see it fit, because they have been on that pitch for so long all day.
Meanwhile, a glide and between the leg slip and the keeper, the ball is sneaked through, and Sanamir completed another single. She wanted to convert it into the double, but Javeria Khan sent her back. Effie Fletcher going to bowl the last delivery of his 7th over of her, and watchfully played. With that, the 26th over comes to an end, and Pakistan is 64 for the loss of 6 wickets.
A bit of chat there between the two Greens.
Saba, do you really think Pakistan has a chance right now to chasing this total down?
Kamran, in all honesty, let's look at that summary and we can come back to it. Nahida Khan, who's retired hurt, she managed to score 23 or 47 with the partnership that she built with Javeria. That was who's in 21 now. Sidra Amin, that's where it started. That's where it started. A few catches, a few slips here and there, and then you start seeing through the cracks. But I still think that if they stick to just keeping singles at this point and some boundaries, which we definitely will need to see in this match, if the Greens want to take this match home, it will be very necessary.
And Javeria Khan has come down to the ground as well, and she was stretching again. Like I said earlier, I hope she's not over stressing herself, because there are 2 more games after this. Just fell short of the short mid-wicket fielder. We can remind our viewers that there are 2 more ODIs to be played in this series that will be held on 9th Saturday, 9th of February at the ICC Cricket Academy in Dubai, and on 11th February, Monday, at the same venue.
Javeria seems to have a step in the way she's playing. You can see there's definitely a pick in that body language. She's come back a bit refreshed. We're worried that you don't want to strain her, as she has another 2 big matches to play. But if I were to say, looking at her playing right now, I can see that she's come back even more energized than before.
Probably all those chances that were gifted to her by the Windies fielders, that must be going through her mind.
And maybe some energy drinks.
Yep,
That
for
must have
sure,
worked.
for sure. And who knows, a few of the light-hearted jokes or the banter by the teammates in the dressing room, that you got 3 chances and you still have come back like this. Look at us.
It was your lucky day, Javeria. You go out there. And that must have done the trick.
And
It seems to have done the trick.
yeah, and I think Umaima must have said that, because she got the first ball duck. So she has all the rights to say that, look, I got the rough part of the luck, and you got lucky, so you should go back and make the best use of it. Let's see how far she can go with that.
Definitely something did work. Shamilia Connell to Javeria Khan. It's been a very lucky start today for Pakistan.
And Connell was the bowler from the far end, because she did her spell. She opened the bowling from the other end. She has changed ends now, and she was the bowler who generated those 2 opportunities from Sana. So there is a game within the game going on as well.
I would like to say that I think Connell has a really fine pace. She keeps up with her pace and does really nice deliveries. If you look at the bowling lineup, I think Connell really stands out.
I think it's because of her. So in ODIs, if you talk about the bowlers that we have, so obviously Anisa Mohammed, who's not playing today, and then Stephanie Taylor, she's there. Deandra Doughton, Shakira Salman, and Effie Fletcher.
114 matches for the dangerous Doughton, and she's had 63 wickets.
So these are the bowlers who are available for Windies in this series. And it's a pretty experienced lineup. Again, ball sliding down the leg side.
They also have an array to choose from. The Windies side have bowlers experienced like that, some world-class bowlers.
One more thing which I have noticed in the second in Pakistan innings, that some of the shots that they middled and that sounded pretty well from off the bat, but they didn't go too far.
Do you reckon that is the pitch?
For sure, because it looks like a combination of both. Because from the ball one in the first innings, we looked at it's not easy to time the ball, because the ball is probably hitting much lower than the usual on the bat. and then the outfield was expected to get a bit quicker in the afternoon, which has not really happened.
Kamran, if you think that Pakistan had won the toss, do you think they would have also elected to bat?
That was a no-brainer, obviously. Whoever had won the toss would have gone to bat first, because from the first look at the pitch, it was a bat first pitch. So it was a good, lucky toss for Windies to win.
Windies very lucky today. The first T20 that they played in Karachi, they also won their toss and they also elected to bat, and they won that match. The second, Pakistan won the toss and they elected to bat. It was a draw. With the third T20, they won the toss again and they won the match. So far, it can... Oh.
Another quick single. And again, Sana Mir playing with danger there. So that concludes the 28th over. It's 68 for 6 now. And with that, we will have a break for drinks as well.
Everybody needs to be energized. The most consecutive defeats. Netherlands played 22 matches from the 19th of August 2005 till 2011, are leading.
So basically, in the most pertinent part of this stat is that Pakistan features on that list twice. At the bottom, the Pakistan had the streak of most consecutive defeats in the ODI. So the 15 matches losing streak from in 97 to 2000, and then 2004 to 2007. Then Netherlands on top with 20 matches, and Sri Lanka 19. But the important part is that was the learning period of Pakistan women's team, especially. That was a time when Pakistan women cricket was coming up, and those were the early days. So now they have is built upon those experiences. So they are in a position where to at least put up a fight, which is a good omen for Pakistan women cricket.
There's something very interesting about the game. Every time you can be losing on a streak like this for a couple of years, but once you start playing and once you start getting into the game and your skills are recognized and your team's recognized, people actually start forgiving you. Your fans, the audience, who come out and watch you, who play because of you. Once you start winning, once you start performing, you may not always win a lot of matches, but I think they start forgiving you in a way. They start looking up to you. And the more wins you have, the more chances are that they are going to forget about the last few years.
True, and there's an old adage that winning and losing is part of the game. It's the spirit that counts. So fans completely understands that winning and losing is part of the game, and as much as I have experienced, especially the fan behavior and everything, some people sometimes they feel that Pakistan fans, especially, they are too emotional, and they simply cannot accept defeat, or they cannot see their team losing in any condition. I don't find it to be true. So I have seen that wherever Pakistan lost but put up a fight, Pakistan fans, they always back the team. So most of the times all they expect is the team to stand up and put up a fight, not to just play, and maybe to perform at par or above par of their own capability. But if they put up a below par performance, even in a win like any winning against a minnow, then they do face a bit of a bashing or criticism from the fans, which is pretty justified, I think.
Absolutely well put there. I think the Pakistan fans, everywhere that they see their team playing, it could be the women's team, it could be the men's team, but whenever they see their flag going up and their color playing, they get so emotional. It is in their blood. It is how the entire country is built. It's just interesting. It is not our national game.
Officially, Unofficially,
It definitely is.
unofficially, there is no other sports in Pakistan left right now. So whether you call it the national sports or not, so this is one thing which unite the whole nation. Be it the men's cricket, women's cricket, blind cricket, age cricket, under 17, under 19, whichever form of cricket, it is followed by the fans, and it does unite the fans.
It is definitely cricket all the way. A change in the comms box. We're going to hand over to Marina and Abid.
Thank you very much, Sabah. Well, the things are not going in a direction where Pakistan team would want it to be. Sana Mir alongside with Javaria Khan, a struggling Javaria Khan who's been out and then come in because of her cramp. The skipper is on the bowling attack and strikes. The moment we arrived in the comm box, the skipper of Pakistan walking back to the pavilion. Marina, your remarks.
That was a good ball, but Javaria just trying to angle it a little more than expected and just going through the defenses. Stephanie Taylor strikes, and unfortunate events have changed the course of this run chase for Pakistan. Javaria now, one of the most crucial wickets, departs. Pakistan women 69 for 6 now.
Look at the delivery, nicely flirted delivery, just pitched on the wrong time when she was just playing across the line. Oh well, that was the reason it is being dismissed, because she chose to play across the line. She was though struggling from the beginning. She was never there with the cramps, with the pulls, and then finally her inning comes to end after scoring 21 runs from 65 deliveries. New batsman is Sandhu. Nashra Sandhu, the jersey number 6. Well, 7 wickets been down and 1 is being retired hurt. Total collapse.
Yeah, it was a good partnership building between Javaria and Naida, but once Naida got a blow from Dandra Doughton's short pitch delivery, and after that, that was chaos for Pakistan. Umaima got out without scoring, and then Javaria getting injured, going off the field, and Alia Riaz Kainat not kicking off really. Nashra Sandhu now on strike.
This time played with a straight bat, but lucky didn't go towards the bowler all the way. It could have been the other wicket. The Pakistan is struggling. 70 on the board after 7 wickets been down. Soft hands, another dot ball. A new batsman, they would definitely put on a pressure there.
Pakistan now definitely under pressure. Once it seemed like an easy run chase has turned into a very difficult one. Now Sana and Nashra fighting out there for Pakistan. After 29 overs, Pakistan is 70 for the loss of 7.
That's a serious concern for Team Pakistan. Batting is not clicking. That's the last thing they want to see.
In the start, they looked pretty much in control, but few events and it's totally a different picture right now for Pakistan women. But Sana Mir now on strike. She can bat, and she has batted in many innings, helped Pakistan to get across.
Coming down the track and dot ball yet again. Marina, I think they need a big partnership, a miracle, a sort of a miracle, I would call it, because the things have been really went wrong for the team Pakistan at the moment.
With Sana out there and Nashra Sandhu can also bat. Siddha Nawaz is yet to come. I think they should make up a mind and a plan to execute. Still within reach, but obviously not an easy task for them because West Indies are all over them right now. You can see that the players are surrounding and very close in to the batter.
It's a huge, huge task ahead of them. They need to bat long way through, even though they have a deep batting lineup. But I think this is the last recognized player they have with them, so they need to be very careful with it. They need to take care of each and every delivery. But talking about West Indies, what a game they are having. I mean, bowling has been... Oh! Another wicket going down. This is suicidal.
Sanami wanted to go down the ground big, but just missing the length. And Taylor, a smart operator of the ball, just fired it in. She saw her coming down and was beaten by the pace. Easy work for the keeper. And Sanamir, yeah, it was through the gap. Nowhere near the pitch of the ball. Wanted to go big, but ended up throwing her wicket. And that's all for Pakistan. The Shake Hands and West Indies have won the first one-day international here at Dubai Cricket Stadium.
Oh, it all goes down. The injured players won't be coming back to the bat. And that's all for today's evening. What a inning, what a game West Indies had today. Truly, the wicket was down in the early stage and they survived. Stephanie Taylor along with Dottons, they built up the inning and took the score in the end to a very handsome total, which looked very terrible from the right beginning for Pakistan. In the middle, after losing a first wicket, there was stability, but things went wrong after the injury of players, and then I think there was a very big bad luck with Pakistan team.
Yeah, talking about West Indies, what a crucial and magnificent innings Dandra Doughton has delivered today. She put on quite a show, and the way things were hard for West Indies even in the start, but the way she managed was exceptional. But for Pakistan, things never clicked right from the word start, and now it's all over, ending up on 70. Pakistan losing the first one day.
Yeah, I think Pakistan need to improve their batting, but as far as bowling concerned, they were absolutely on target. A brilliant piece of bowling and fielding by Pakistanis, but the only collapse they had and they need to work hard is the batting is being a serious concern for them. But I'm sure this team can bounce back. They have young and fitter players who can make a comeback into this series, and will come back in next 2 days. Saturday we'll have a next game, the ODI number 2.
Yes, Pakistan are a good bunch of players down there. They can really stand together and think about what they have done today. A little bit of, not little bit, I'll say that they've been unlucky today with the two main players getting injured and out on the field. And then nobody clicked for the run chase. But yes, all credit to the West Indies team, the way they batted, the way they bowled with disciplined line and length, and Dandra Doughton, exceptional bowling as well. I need to mention that. Good bouncers, good slow ones, and contained, and made sure that West Indies defended this total with a big margin.
So that's it from the Combox. We'll have a presentation ceremony soon. I'm sure the player of the match is very much easy to guess for the umpires. Thank you. See you next time.
live with the presentation ceremony of the first ODI, which has been won by West Indies by 146 runs. A comfortable win for the visiting team. And in the presentation ceremony, I've been joined by Collie, Collie Colvin, who is the ICC manager of the women cricket. And we would like to ask Deandra Doughton to come in here and collect a Man of the Player Award. A brilliant 96 and 3 wickets to go with this award. Deandra, can we have a few words with you? An exceptional knock and with 3 wickets as well. Is there anything that you cannot do?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks to God for giving me the health and strength. But I don't think that there's anything I cannot do.
Talk us through this partnership with Stephanie Taylor. You were playing against your nature. Was that difficult for you?
Well, no, it wasn't difficult. Just had to stay there and occupy the crease long. The longer you stay at the crease, the easier to get.
Well, very well played, Deandra. I would now like to call Javeria Khan for a few words here. Javeria, it was a difficult match for Pakistan. What would you have to say about it? Because the team was already without your star batsman Bisma Maru.
I think we started really well, and the way our bowlers restricted them, but the way Taylor and Doughton batted, they took the game away from us, and we should have restricted them under 180, but still it was a good score. We lost Nahida, which broke our momentum, and we couldn't chase the score.
The series is still 1-0 and there are 2 more matches to go. What would be the strategy in the next 2 matches?
Yeah, we'll try and stick to our plans more, and we'll try to stick to our basics and focus on the process, and we'll try to win those games.
All right, Javeria, best of luck for rest of the matches in the series. And now I would like to speak to Stephanie Taylor, the winning captain. Stephanie, a brilliant half century, and to add to it, a brilliant 143-run partnership with Deandra. What was the plan when you two were batting?
Well, I said to Deandra that we just have to stay there and bat, you know. Once both of us are here, we will definitely get the team to a good target. So not to worry if we get any dot balls. We know both of us could catch up, so that wasn't any worry.
What would you say to your bowlers? They were quite attacking and bold with intent.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want them to attack, you know, especially Shamilia Connell, who's, you know, fairly quick, and, you know, even Deandra Doughton, who could, you know, let them to some steam. So, yeah, we want them to be attacking.
Well, West Indies plays really well and outclassed Pakistan in all departments. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And that's what we had from the presentation ceremony. We'll take care and goodbye for now.
40 overs, and Deandra Doughton 96 on 139 deliveries. Stephanie Taylor 58 on 97. Kainat got 3 wickets, and then Sana Mir 1. And Pakistan women, they got 70 for 8. And Nahida, she made 23 on 47. Javeria Khan 21 on 66. Effie Fletcher took 3 wickets, and Deandra Doughton, she also got 3 wickets, 6 overs, 14 runs. So in the end, Windies women won by 146 runs. So that was the match summary of the first ODI, and let's see, day after tomorrow would catch you with the live action.